So here to give us a bit of inspiration is Jemma, who runs the Education Hotel. Hello, Jemma. Welcome back.
Hi there, Adam.
So, last time we spoke, you told me about how we can use TikTok in homeschooling. Are there any other apps or technology that you've discovered or you'd like to talk about today?
So I've picked out a couple of apps specific for 8 to 11-year-olds.
Right.
And I wanted to highlight a math and an English one. The math one is something called Hit the Button, and it is great to be played between siblings or between parents and children, and it is quick multiplication, addition, subtraction, and division. So the sum comes up and it's a versus, so who can hit the quickest answer first. So that's a little bit of friendly competition to liven up those times tables.
Yeah. Rivalry is always good when it comes to learning.
A little bit of competition can sometimes help us be motivated.
Absolutely.
The other one is an English one. It's called Free Rice. It's a competitive game. It looks at the meanings and spellings of words, but it also has an added benefit in that each word that you guess correctly, it gives 10 grains of rice metaphorically towards a hunger charity, and it does build it in real time. So those 10 grains of rice translate into, I think it's a pence, and then that goes towards the donation that they make. So it's a great app in terms of increasing word knowledge, but also in terms of doing something good as well.
Could you just remind us what they're both called again, just in case anyone's kind of only half listened?
Of course, the first one is called Hit the Button, and the second one is Free Rice.
Free Rice and Hit the Button. Okay, so there's two great tips to maybe try this week if you've got kids around that age group that you just want to do something different with. But what about old school methods to get kids away from screens? Because I'm quite certain that during maybe the lunch break or when homeschooling's finished and it's evening, the tablets come out.
Yes, so I'm a big fan of bringing learning into real life. So something like round where I am, it's just started snowing again today a little bit. So learning all about snow and learning about the shapes that and the symmetry that are in snowflakes. Bringing it indoors, doing some baking, doing some indoor gardening, getting those herb gardens going. For the really little ones, something like tough trays, which you may have heard of. These are big trays that you can get from somewhere like B&Q or Homebase, and they can be set up with messy play or with learning activities before the day starts. So it's something you could set up before you've had breakfast even, and it gives you an amount of time that they can independently play and learn, and you can have a couple of emails and answer and empty that inbox maybe.
Or you could always ask them to count the flakes of snow falling in the garden. That might take a while. that would keep them occupied. Absolutely. Now, what about some of the benefits of homeschooling to share with people? So, a lot of people might think that, it's all negative, it's all hard work and it's tearing my hair out, going grey. What about the benefits to it? Because there are some.
Definitely. And I think the shame of it is actually that there are students, obviously, who homeschool full-time. And what we're experiencing now is not full-time homeschooling. So some of the benefits aren't there. The benefit to be able to travel when you want's not there. The benefit to be able to set your own schedule's not there. But something that is really beneficial is that ability to focus on something that's not covered in the classroom. So if your child's really into coding, for example, now is a great time for them to spend time on that interest and really develop that interest when they may not have had that time in the classroom. And in addition, they have a bit more time because they're not travelling to and from school. So they have that time to be able to put into an interest.
Just before you go, any resources that you can point people to if they are struggling at home that might just take a little bit of the pressure off?
Yep. So last week I mentioned the Curiosity Box, and I thought I'd keep it Oxford based again. So there's a website called Oxford Sparks, which is run by the university, and it is interesting questions that will get your kids thinking. There's something called Thinkers Meetup. They run group classes. Of course, Education Hotel offers bespoke one-to-one tuition. There's quite a lot of different companies around Oxford, around education, but those were the ones that came off the top of my head.
No, that's brilliant. And of course, if anyone's interested in what you actually do at the Education Hotel, if they Google it or use the search engine on it, they will find you on the website, and they can get in touch with you that way, I'm assuming.
Definitely.
Lovely. Well, you're a lifesaver once again, Jemma from the Education Hotel. Thank you so much. And of course, we will be speaking to you again very soon. It's 5:45 now. This is Lola Lennox. Such a good